That said, let's go ahead and get into Big Brother. Big Brother. Big Brother is one of our favorite reality TV shows. It's a competitive reality TV show, and we're going to talk about it. For those who are watching it, this has been such a crazy start.
Cray.
Like, what are they giving those house guests?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're pumping in laughing gas
I
or
don't
what's
know.
going on, but they are losing their mind.
minds.
Every week we think, okay, Angela's the craziest person that's ever been on this show. Next week, Tucker's like, wait, hold on. I have something to say. This week was insane. What are your thoughts?
Is such a character.
Yeah.
He's such a character.
Incredibly so. He's
I think he is wanting to really control the house.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, for sure. If it's not Tucker's way, it's wrong.
And I think because he's winning so many BBAI arenas, it's getting to his head.
Oh, his
He
ego's
thinks
inflated.
he's like so good.
And he thinks he's playing the right way and giving the people what they want, which is crazy to say. It's so weird that I've been so on the opposite side of Twitter recently, but when it comes to Big Brother opinions, but they're just eating it up.
When I see, the comments that I see on TikToks of clips from the feeds, I'm just like, what are y'all? Are we watching the same thing?
They've loved Angela. They've loved Tucker. And I think it's just because they bring pure, unadulterated chaos.
I finally did see some that I was like, okay, finally people agreeing with me on Tucker just like wanting to control everything.
Right.
I mean, basically what happened this week was Cedric was the HOH.
Yeah.
And he put up Angela and Kenney, of course.
Right.
And then Tucker, again, for the second week in a row, volunteered to go up on the block. Which, if you are a fan, you know you don't do that.
Yeah, it just wasn't. But it's worked out for him so much that he's like.
Which is annoying.
Right. That's what I don't like about it, is that I don't really like this chaotic gameplay. Because if everyone got in the house and acted like Tucker and Angela, they probably have to shut the show down.
Yeah, there's no way.
It's like insane. So you've got these characters in Angela and Tucker that are just doing the most insane things you've ever seen. And it's forcing house guests who would probably come out a little bit more of their shell, try to influence the game a little bit more, to just be like, all right, let me just sit back and let these two self-destruct.
Yeah.
Like T-Core and Joseph and Brooklyn all seem like they have strong games. And their people are mad because they're just sitting and letting this big alliance keep them insulated and safe. But what else are you supposed to do when everyone's going crazy?
Right. Well, Joseph, I barely even see him on the feeds, though. I see clips of Brooklyn a lot and T-Core, but Joseph I never see on the feeds.
Right.
So I am kind of like, what is he doing?
Yeah, so Cedric won HOH. He, upon becoming HOH, is deciding to keep things chill. He doesn't want to burn too many bridges.
Which, it's week 3. Good.
Right.
And plus, you have Kenney begging to go home, so why wouldn't he be up there?
Exactly.
Angela, she's still public enemy number 1.
Everyone was wanting to get her out. Yep, it seemed like a sound
so
week.
It makes sense.
Right. He's not too concerned about the powers. Some people have devoted their life to finding out who's got the powers. He just wants to get out of HOH without stirring up too much drama. But that seems almost impossible when Tucker is involved.
Tucker gets this idea of like, this is what he was saying. This game has been so boring. I'm ready to play. Let's get this show going.
Right.
And so he's like, just put me up there, man. And then, of course, he wins the veto.
Mm-hmm.
And he decides, he comes up with this plan.
Well,
I can't even remember who was even there.
Kenny
it was Kenney, Tucker, Cedric, and Cam that were having the conversation.
Uh-huh.
And Tucker's like, I'm going to use it on Angela. Take down Angela, and then you can put Quinn up.
Right.
Because Chemo told Tucker that Quinn has the power.
Right.
And I can't even fathom Why did he want to take Angela down? Because he thought he could beat Quinn in the AI
Right.
arena?
So the thinking is I take myself down. That means Quinn just has to be Kenney, who is likely to throw it, and Angela, who no one takes seriously as a competitor. He takes himself off the block. They end up wasting a week. So he's like, I've got the huevos rancheros to stay on the block, beat Quinn, and now we can vote Quinn out.
I'm sorry, but I would never. If I want a veto and I'm on the block, I'm using the veto on myself. Never would I not use it on myself. And I'm annoyed that it worked out for Tucker.
Right. Even though it worked out, it's still just the wrong move.
Like, I wish he would have had to eat his words.
Yeah.
And like be humbled. I wish he would have been humbled.
Yeah, it was not good for the game that that didn't work. I mean that worked. Yeah, and so with this plan, of course, he won not the veto. Yeah, he won the veto. Take Angela off, which gave us a great moment. I mean, every week from her, she's either crazy eyed, screaming at somebody. She's shocked that she's
her facial expressions
that they sent Lisa home over her, and then Tucker surprises her and puts the veto on her neck, and she looks up like she just, saw an alien, and she's like, I had no idea. Yeah. I had no idea. It's like, yeah, we know. So, Angela, I told this to you when we were watching. It takes a lot to out crazy Angela, and Tucker found a way.
Yeah.
So it works. So another part of that was Cedric was supposed to put up Quinn. We saw what happened.
Cedric's in an alliance with Quinn.
Right.
And that's the one alliance that actually seems like the Pentagon is the one that actually seems like they do want to work together.
Right.
None of the other alliances seem real.
Right, they check in on each other like once a week.
Right.
Seems like.
So once Cedric sat for a second, he was like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
And so he decided to put up Mackenzie.
Right.
Which forced her to use her power. So then she came right off the block, and then America got to decide.
Right. Which of course is since Tucker get his way, I kind of acted like our 2-year-old and started whining and complaining, and said, "I hate you, Tucker. I mean, I hate you, Cedric. You're not a man. I'm coming after you."
He was going after Cedric.
It's like
gunning for Cedric.
Enough is enough, Tucker.
Yeah.
And so that's what happens. And now that we're voting, we really didn't know who to vote for.
I know.
We didn't have a reason narratively.
I truly, looking back, it was 2 days ago. 1 day ago, yesterday. Because we didn't know until then. I wish I would have voted Rubina. But I think it was always gonna be Quinn.
Yeah. Oh, Rubina would have been good because it would have forced Tucker to throw the game to her, and not leave her up there.
Yeah.
Let's take a detour.
Showman's report.
Yeah, Showman's report because, let's go just dive into it.
What do we even say? Tucker and Rubina, they have been getting as close to kissing as possible without actually kissing.
This is one of those rare moments where kissing would have been less intimate than what they were doing. It was almost like I'd rather they had just kissed.
True.
Because this felt like one of those whoa. You know what I mean?
True.
I might skip kissing if y'all keep going at this rate.
Right.
They've been saying that they've been into each other, but yesterday or this morning, we reached kind of a breaking point in their maybe temptation.
Yeah.
Allow whatever you want to say, and they were all over each other.
Yeah.
I'm not kissing and making out. I'm talking deep eye contact where you're less than a centimeter from someone's face.
Yeah.
She's got her hands on his face, you know what I mean? They're arching each other's back.
And he was picking her up.
They're cuddling, they're all over each other.
They were necking. Isn't that what they called it back in the day?
Yeah, back in the 50s. So I don't know. Maybe they said it out where in West Texas. They got. It's so weird because they really didn't do much, really. But it is one of those things that if you walked in on two people doing it in a library, you might call the cops.
For sure.
You'd be like,
You
there
would
are
be like, that's
kids around.
inappropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they both were like, oh, we can't be in a showmance.
But we said that, and I think we got pod evidence that was not going to last long.
No.
We knew that they were going to break. They weren't going to hold out. I actually did think it was going to be a little longer, but maybe I should have known.
I almost think she was like, well, if he's leaving, like, let me get a little cuddle in first.
Yeah, it definitely felt that way. But now that the seal has been broken.
I saw a clip of her talking to Brooklyn, and I don't know the full context of what she was talking about, but she said, I feel so stupid. So I don't know if that's like that she was getting close with him. But then she said, but I would still send him home. Talking about Tucker.
Yeah, but
so I know, but
come on now.
I know.
I'm so excited to see how Leia reacts to this. Because Leia, whatever her name is. What is it? Leia is also has a crush on Tucker. Kimo also
But I think she's getting distracted by Cam.
Well, only because Tucker rejected her. So that is never.
Poor Cam. Justice for Cam.
No, who cares?
Why?
So here's what's happening. This is what's happening. And this is the second time I'm bringing this up. You know, when you're Regina George and you've been Aaron Samuels and he's broken up with you, right? When you see Aaron Samuels getting with Caddy, you don't go like, "Oh, I moved on." You're like, what are you doing?" That's what I see Leah doing. Now I say moved on. She never really had a thing with Tucker. But my point is, it's not like, oh, okay, I'll talk. Person, you've had a dating history. When you've been rejected and you saw them flirting with someone else, you didn't go, oh, that's okay, they turned me down, so I won't have any opinions about who they flirt with. You're like, okay, what does she got?
Well, yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. I'm so shocked that you think Leah's not gonna second go like, what has Rubina got that I don't have? Do you think Leah's that mature?
Okay, you're
That's all
right.
I'm saying.
You're right.
And I think I have the right to be excited to see that kind of behavior in the Big Brother house.
Okay.
So as I was saying, I can't wait to see how Leah reacts to that because, you know, who cares about Cam? She's got Cam and Quinn having pick her up competitions, you know, and carrying her around the house.
True.
But I guess Tucker's just got some magnetic energy because he's got Kimo who's got a crush on him. He's got Leah who's got a crush on him. He's got Rubina who's got a crush on him. And I'm venturing to say there's some more people in that house that just don't want to jump into the mix.
I think he's just such an interesting character. They're just like, what is this? Who is this?
Oh my gosh. So back to what happened?
Because even Quinn was saying when he was talking to a camera, he was like, Tucker's so funny. He's my favorite dude in this house, even though he called me out in front of everyone and tried to get me on the block.
I think Quinn is a super fan that I also think is just there. It's not just there to have fun, but it's also like excited just to be on the show.
No,
which I
you're
honestly
right.
think a lot of us would be. As much as you want to get there and win that life-changing money, half the time you'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this crazy guy.
Yeah, that's true.
This is probably such good Big Brother TV.
I mean, at the end of the day, Quinn is still there, and he's gonna have control of HOH this week.
Right. Because, you know what happened. Tucker takes Angela off. Then he wins Battle of the AI Arena, which we all knew was going to happen, which was crazy. Kenney gets evicted 11-1, and he's out the door. So you're right. Quinn is left in the house. He's got the HOH power. So whoever wins HOH, which we have the feeds up to see if we can kind of tell who it is. But it's not really going to matter as long as Quinn activates his deep fake HOH power.
Right.
Because of that, Kenny's gone home. I didn't realize this, but Julie said he'd been trying for years to get on the show.
Yes.
And then
she was like, why try for so many years and then
be ready to quit?
Be ready to quit.
And you know, he's taking a lot of heat. It is boring. I feel like we never see the funny stuff on the feeds. When we turn on the feeds, it's Kenney. It's the Kenney depressed show. But hearing him just talk about his struggles, I can understand. I think it takes a bravery to say, like, I wanted to be on the show so bad, And when I got here, mentally, I just missed my family too
I
much.
think so too.
And I tried when I was in a comp, which he participated in a lot, and he won a couple. But when it comes down to it, he's got a 6 and an 8-year-old.
And I think just the guilt of being away from the kids was really getting to him too.
And I understood what he was saying, and people hate Matt, but he got close to Matt, which reminded him that Matt has a dad who was a cop. He's a cop with children. It probably reminded him more so of his family. So he got his wish. He was basically asking people to evict him.
Yeah, when he came down from the AI arena, he was whispering into so many people's ears, and I think he was saying, "Please send me home."
Right. So he's gone. We're waiting to see who's going to be the HOH. But again, unless it is Quinn, he has the power to deepfake HOH. It'll be interesting to see how that happens.
I know. Imagine Tucker wins HOH and Quinn deepfakes it.
Which is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Because that would be crazy. He would be so mad.
I know.
Here's my prediction. I think deepfake HOH is going to work as such. The winner of the HOH is going to be HOH. He's going to have the opportunity to activate deepfake HOH, which is going to make the HOH have to be locked in their HOH room. They can't come out all week. That's my thought.
Really?
I think that's going to happen. And then they'll have to film and give their nominations and all that stuff. So I think what's going to happen is they will have to read the nominations that Quinn gives as if they're giving them. You see what I'm saying? And they'll have to say the things Quinn tells them to say as if they're saying them.
Huh.
Now, they won't know who's telling them to say it.
Yeah.
But they all know it's Quinn, so they'll know.
Yeah.
Quinn told anybody, because they said it wasn't going to be a reveal to who it was. So I think what's going to happen, he's going to go to the diary room and says, okay, tell the HOH that they have to nominate Cam and Chelsea. And so then they have to read the script. And if people didn't know the deepfake HOH thing was happening, people would be like, why is she nominating? We just saw her do it. You know what I mean?
Huh.
And then the week would end and they'd be like, guys, I had to say whatever they told me to say. That wasn't me.
That's crazy.
Because deepfake, they said it was gonna be a fake version of the person in playing their game.
Oh yeah, they did say that.
So they don't have the technology to actually have a fake hologram person.
Right.
So I thought they would just separate them for a week
Yeah.
and make them like read what the other and do whatever the other person tells them.
Dang, maybe so.
So that's my prediction. I would be interested to see how that plays out. Crazy week. I only expect more craziness coming up.
Same.
We did Shomance watch. Let's go ahead and get into our favorites. Who's your favorite now? Who is your least favorite, and who do you think will win?
My favorite is still Chelsea. Rocking with Chelsea.
Okay.
My least favorite is Tucker. He's just it's too much for me. And who I think is gonna win is I don't know.
Okay, well, while you're go ahead.
Maybe.
Well, while you're thinking, my least favorite is still Angela. Who do I think is gonna win? I said Rubina last week, but now she's joined up in this Shomance. But I can still see her. I'm still gonna stick with Rubina, although I have less confidence. And then my favorite is. I just don't have. It's so weird that I don't really have a favorite yet. I just don't feel like I'm rooting for anybody right yet. I'm just rooting against the craziness. I know people love chaos. Not like a little shake up here and there, but man, it's too crazy. So by default, I'll stick with my favorite from last week from Houston, Texas, Mackenzie. So yeah, although we did not talk about Mackenzie's. Well, it's not even that big a Big Brother thing, but just her saying that if she wishes. I don't even want to bring that up because it's whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have yours?
Who I think is gonna win? I think I'm gonna go with Chelsea.
Okay, Chelsea. I could see actually Chelsea winning. I really could see her winning. Okay, so that was Big Brother. So much craziness. It'll just be waiting to see how this week ends up and where it ends up going.